I want to talk you through the psychology of candlesticks and talk about some of the concepts in here. So first of all, this is a shooting star, inverted hammer, and this represents a strong selling market because they are trying to sell high, but it's not selling, so there's downward pressure. Same thing whether it's red or whether it's green. So it suggests there's going to be a reversal. So it's gone up and now it's going to go down, or it's sideways and now it's going down. So it's a bearish move. So that's the first thing. So the color doesn't matter. Position should be at top, which I need to come to. Proportion, real body. So the wick is a significant proportion of the actual body. So that's that part there. So at the top of maybe a resistance line, I believe, or resistance level. And then the lower wick should be very small, no lower wick, which is that part there. So that's how to think about the shooting star or an inverted hammer. So there's hammers or shooting stars. There's hammers and there's inverted hammers. So it's like the normal hammer and the Thor hammer. That's how I'd like to call it. That's the Thor hammer, to say that. So basically the market should be, to trade a shooting star or a Thor hammer, the market should be in a bullish market, 8 to 10 candles. So a pattern of trades, and this is based on intraday trading. The candle should be at the top fundamentally. There should be some resistance in the past from that level, meaning that if we jump into here, we've been trying to figure out some things here. There should be some resistance. So if we have a look at some of the lines that we can draw, I think we can draw the price range, date range. There was a range. Bar pattern projection, I forget, I'm gonna have to double check which it is, but there was parallel lines. I feel like maybe it's in here. Parallel channel, let's have a look. Yeah, okay, cool. So it's like a parallel channel, and then you can probably move this, can you? Oh, surprising that you can't undo that. But anyway, what we need to look for is candle should be made in top, should be resistance in the past. So support lines are, if we just delete, remove 8 drawings. So then if we look, so we need to kind of zoom out, but if we have a look at a 5-minute chart, then you'll see that there's kind of support lines here. And then if we have a look at a resistance level, you might want to zoom out a little bit and look at a 15-minute chart to spot a bigger pattern. And they're just trying to identify what's going on and saying, okay, so there's resistance there, there's support there, there's support there, so you look for patterns like that fundamentally. And then so the shooting star is a trend continues. If it's trending, I guess, downwards, maybe. I need to double check that in a trend reversal pattern. So if we have a look for a shooting star or a inverted, so like a Thor hammer, we're on the lookout for. So arguably you could say that's a Thor hammer, but it's not quite big enough. So if we just continue, if we go to the 5-minute chart and then zoom, get just that, scroll down, I need to, and then have a look at what we got here, and then we can see, you could argue that's a kind of Thor hammer, but it's not strong. So this is a hammer, and that suggests that market's going to go up actually. So we're looking for the opposite of that effectively. So we're trying to find a Thor hammer. You don't need to look for the strong, so you could argue that that's a example of a Thor hammer there, and then as a consequence you see it's a trend continues pattern. So you could enter there to then short the stock, but they say it should be a support resistance line, but then you could have a look at it and you could say, well, is there resistance or support there? I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Okay, here's a good example of a Thor hammer, but yeah, it's at something of a support line, but again, I need to get more clarity on that part first of all, so we can discuss that. So that's an example. This is ideal situations, and then we've got the hammer here, which is at the top. So that's a normal hammer. Stop loss is there, entry. So this is a Thor Hammer, and this is a regular hammer. So then you got Marabuzos and Momentum. These are strong buying candles, basically. And then trend continues and sometimes trend reversal. Yeah, this is something that we need to discuss more. Bullish engulfing, bullish piercing, bullish engulfing. The trend has passed. Anyway, I'll record a second video to follow up on some of the insights on this. Thank you.